Let me say something most people are too scared to tell you. The reason you're not wealthy has nothing to do with your income. It's not inflation. It's not your boss. It's not the economy. It's you. More specifically, your inability to control yourself. And if that hurts to hear, good, because pain is the only thing that wakes people up. Because if you can't control this one thing, you will never build wealth, ever. And here's what scares me for you. Most people watching this video right now will still be in the exact same financial position 5 years from now. Same stress, same bills, same excuses. Not because they didn't know what to do, but because they refuse to confront the one thing that keeps them broke. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're either going to feel exposed or finally free. You don't have a money problem, you have a behavior problem. You have literally went all your life handling your finances in your head, and only to wake up with nothing to show for it. Looking around a couple days after getting paid to have no money being broke, you've gotten some or most of your bills paid, but now you can't get your next paycheck fast enough and constantly feeling as if you can never get ahead. And I mean, you have done this potentially for decades. I mean, people earning more but staying broke, raises disappearing, side hustles failing, debt increasing with income. If money solved money problems, every high earner would be wealthy. They're not. Why? Because money doesn't change behavior, it exposes it. Money mindset. Why people stay broke. Financial discipline. Personal finance mindset. So now let's discuss the one thing you can't control. No matter how much you try or how hard you want to be able to, here is the core truth. Impulse, emotion, short-term comfort. You spend based on how you feel, not what you planned. You eat your money, you swipe your money, you scroll your money away. You do all these different things, but yet here we are stuck. But here's some examples. Emotional spending, convenience purchases, I deserve this mentality. Buying now, regretting later. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you vote for staying broke. But here's the core paycheck-to-paycheck psychology. And here's some examples and ways to go about the breakdown with dopamine spending, stress, spending loop, false rewards, avoidance behavior. You're not bad with money, you're addicted to relief. The sense of safety that you give yourself on a regular by staying in your comfort zone, where you're not feeling as if you're putting anything at risk. After all, you have trained your mind to go towards comfort. It's what some consider to be their happy place. However, the truth is, why would you want to say it's a happy place? Because the reality is, it's one of the main reasons for staying broke and not wanting you to take any risk to change. So here is the temporary pleasure versus long-term pain. You're so caught up in trying to fit in or worried about what others may think of you. If you don't dress or own certain items or going on certain type of trips or driving the fancy high-dollar vehicle that put you so far in debt, these her or just a few reasons. And I say all this because this is why you're not able to control your finances. And the sad truth is, I'd say 90% of these people that you're worried about impressing could really care less, and actually, in all honesty, had truly rather see you fail as to winning. So may I just say, this is why budgets fail, why motivation doesn't last. Because you lack self-confidence, self-assurance, self-esteem, all of these play a major role in you growing your wealth. You don't need another app. You need self-control. So here is the psychology behind why this is so hard. 1. The brain wants now. Your brain is wired for immediate reward, not because you're weak, but because your brain evolved to survive, not to build wealth. Psychologically, your brain runs on dopamine. Dopamine spikes when you get something right now. Food now, comfort now, relief now, pleasure now. That's why. Swiping your card feels good. Ordering food feels easier than cooking. Buying something gives a temporary emotional lift, so I choose to say it like this. Your brain doesn't care about your future. It cares about how you feel right now. The brain treats. Spending, relief, saving, deprivation. So every time you choose saving, your brain feels like it's losing, even when you're actually winning. 2. Wealth requires delay. Wealth is the opposite of how your brain naturally works. Building wealth requires saying no now, sitting with discomfort, delaying pleasure, choosing future relief over present relief. Psychologically, this is called delayed gratification. The problem? Delayed gratification. Has no dopamine up front. Feels boring. Feels unrewarding. Feels pointless in the moment. That's why. Saving feels invisible. Investing feels slow. Budgeting feels restrictive. Wealth is built in moments where nothing feels rewarding. There's no applause, no instant feedback, no emotional hit, just patience. 3. Most people never practice. Delay. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people never train this muscle. They live in a world designed for one-click purchases, instant delivery, same-day gratification, endless dopamine. So your brain becomes worse at waiting over time. Psychologically, the more you give in to impulse, the weaker self-control becomes. The brain learns, if I want it, I get it. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you train your brain to need comfort faster. That's why most people start budgets and quit, try saving and stop, get motivated and fall off. You never build the skill of waiting. Wealth isn't about money. It's about training your brain to wait. If they understand that, everything else finally makes sense. And I say all this not to be confusing you or to try portray as a psychologist. Instead, it's just to give you awareness of how strong the reaction of you building wealth and getting out of debt relies on mindset. And remember, mindset's power. That's why most people start budgets and quit, try saving and stop, get motivated and fall off. They never build the skill of waiting. Wealth isn't about money, it's about training your brain to wait. If you understand that, everything else finally makes sense. If you don't fix this, more income won't help, better strategies won't stick, motivation will always fade, but if you train delay, spending slows down, saving becomes easier, wealth becomes inevitable. And in case you're unaware, the cost of not fixing this can truly haunt you on down the road from living with regret to struggling the rest of your life, or all the way down to how you pass your financial habits down to grandkids. I hope I was able to paint the future vividly. If nothing changes, 5 years from now you're older, more tired, and still stressed about money. 10 years from now you're explaining to yourself why it never worked out. And deep down, you know the truth. You never controlled yourself long enough to win. But if you want to know how to take control without motivation, here you have it. Actionable but strict. 1. Remove choice, automatic savings. Separate accounts. 2. Delay spending, 48-hour rule. 3. Track pain, not pleasure. Look at balances daily. 4. Live bored on purpose. Boredom or progress. Discipline isn't sexy, but regret is worse. But here's your final once and for all wake-up call. Nobody is coming to save you. No politician, no raise, no viral side hustle. The only difference between people who build wealth and those who don't is simple. They learn to control themselves when it's uncomfortable. If you can do that, money will follow. If you can't, nothing else matters. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That means you're paying attention. Subscribe if you're serious about building wealth the hard way, the real way. And if you're ready to get serious about your finances, I suggest you check out this playlist next with individual step-by-step guides and tips to wealth and debt elimination. And from there on, you can learn what it's like to get a taste of financial freedom. Just remember, you got this. No matter what others say, mindset matters. So stay woke and you can achieve things you never thought were possible. So positive over negativity wins every time and confidence is key. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments as well.